You know what? This movie was actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Well done, Scream 7. Well done. Well, that's actually not saying much. So, Ghostface 7.0 is back and he's after Sydney and her family. That's totally a new idea, guys. Yes! It's obvious. We've seen this 7 times. Well, 6 times before, now 7 times. So there's nothing really new with this franchise. So they gotta try something new or just do what they're good at. And honestly, this film does what they're good at, but just in a lesser way. Honestly, the biggest compliment I'm going to give this movie is that this still has the soul of the Scream franchise. Like, I left the theater saying, yeah, that felt like a Scream movie, which I didn't think I was going to walking out. It has the soul. That's about it. I want to be honest, the best thing about my whole movie experience, seeing this film, was seeing Scary Movie's new trailer. Movie looks amazing. I'm so excited. If you're new to the channel, I love Scary Movie. It's one of my favorite IPs ever. I'm so glad they're bringing it back and they're bringing everyone from the original movie back. It looks amazing. I can't wait for it to come out. I don't care. I won't stand for any hatred against the IP. Every single one of those movies is perfect. All right, back to Scream 7. Scream 7 actually has a lot of good kills that are creative, gory, and just pretty smart, and I wasn't expecting that in this film. What I've liked about Scream, the franchise, a lot is that the characters are, you know, they're definitely not smart, and they are definitely don't have all the logic, but they fight back. They are smart to a certain extent, and this movie has that. Like, all the characters, well, most of the characters are smart with how they do things. Like Sydney and her family, they trained. Though they haven't trained in the certain ways that you think they would, because you think Sydney would teach her daughter how to use a gun. And the reality is she just teaches her how to, like, kind of fight back. All the other characters, yeah, they fight back and, you know, they're dumb, but they put up a fight and they're not like, oh no, this is awful. So that's, you know, nice to see. Speaking of the side characters, everyone in this film that was introduced, like all the new characters, they were just there to die. None of them were interesting. None of them had any soul behind it. Even Tatum, the daughter of Sydney, she was so uninteresting. Which is weird because I think I've seen her in some kind of show before and I thought she was good. But this, it was like, bad. You know, in her defense, everyone was bad. Also, this is a spoiler. I don't really care. What's with McKinney and Grace, like, getting in all these huge IPs and literally dying within the first 5 minutes? Also, I might be a little mean here, and some of you guys might not like what I'm about to say, but what happened to Courtney Cox, man? I'm sorry. She's gotten way too much work done. Like, she literally looks like Ghostface. And I'm not saying that to try to be, like, outright mean, but it's bad. It's really bad. I've noticed a lot of plastic surgery done with actors and especially actresses, and they feel pressure to get that done just, you know, for whatever reason. But there comes a point. It's a lot. And when you get all that work done, you lose a lot of your face. You can't really do expressions. And the biggest thing about being an actor, besides like not delivering a line super cringy, which a lot of people in this film do, is your expressions. One of the first things that an acting coach is ever going to tell you is it's all in the eyes. Like, if you can sell your eyes, you can sell to the audience. And I agree, she still's got her eyes, but everything around her eyes. Like, the eyes is important, but it's everything. And she's just lacking any control of her face. It felt really weird seeing her in this film. She also didn't do anything. Like, they just wrote her in for the sake of having her in this film. She doesn't add anything. She doesn't do anything. It's clear Courtney Cox was there for a paycheck. I don't blame her. You know, get your bag. But I felt like she would have been better for her and her interns to just be left out. Even though I like their interns. They're definitely interesting and probably the best characters out of this new start. Well, Neve Campbell is actually literally the best thing about this film. It's clear that she actually showed up and she wanted to try, and it was realistic for what Sydney would act. She's a very protective mother. She's trying to rebuild her relationship with her daughter because she was so distant with her about her trauma. That's about it. No one else is great. I feel bad for her because she's literally surrounded by people who aren't that talented, or people who just want to have a paycheck, or people who are just figuring out their career. Scream 7 deals with a lot of trauma, like all scary Scream movies. Does it do it well, or does it introduce new aspects to talk about, or deliver a different kind of message, or just something new with trauma? No. I think it actually makes arguments against trauma, because I think their writing was so poor in support of whoever's trauma it was that they're dealing with, because they're talking about a lot of people, and just kind of all over the place. The parts I was cringing at the most, because it was whenever Tatum or Sydney were talking about their trauma, or someone else was talking about their trauma. I'm just like, oof, Get a better writer if you're gonna go down that rabbit hole. Speaking of Sydney and Tatum, their relationship's awful. The relationship with everyone in this movie is awful. It's non-existent, actually. Like, the people who had the most chemistry and probably the people who are the most entertaining are the people you see in a trailer, and they're in the first 5 minutes and they get, slimed. Sorry. It's kind of obvious that they both die. They had the most chemistry. They were great. Now on to Ghostface. Or Ghost Faces, potentially. Who knows? Who knows? Are they any good? Or he or she or them as a group, are they any good? No, they're easily the worst ghost faces, for sure. Their big reveal was dumb. They used a deep fake AI, which was kind of frustrating. This movie actually poked fun about itself a lot, which is what a Scream movie does. It pokes fun about all kinds of scary movies and just movies in Hollywood in general. I do have to say, the best thing about this movie, besides me seeing the scary movie trailer, was the start with, the two people get slammed the first 5 minutes. And the worst thing is the ending. It's really cringy. Sydney's daughter, Tatum, literally says, "I'm Sidney Prescott's daughter." Ooh. Like, it's really bad. I think I delivered it better, and I'm not even being serious. It's kind of clear this movie used AI. Can we get some real writers? Let's get real people some work and maybe get a couple more people on it. You can spend the money. This movie isn't great. I've been kind of crapping on it this whole time. Ignoring all the, Scream IP-ness of this movie, it's actually pretty funny at parts, and the kills are great. I think the kills are very good. Probably the best out of the recent movies. I gotta rewatch them. I'm going to rewatch them for my ranking. So they're really good. And honestly, if you like this franchise and like what it stands for and the kind of things they do, which I'm one of those people, you'll find a lot of enjoyment out of this film. And I did find a lot of enjoyment out of this film. However, I can't ignore everything else about this film. And honestly, if you're not a fan of Scream or its franchise and the IP, this movie's not going to win you over. You'll hate it. Probably make it top 10 worst movies on your list. Probably won't be mine, because I still had enjoyments out of this. At the same time, let's let this franchise die. Now, Scream 7 isn't the worst Scream, in my opinion, but it's definitely nowhere near the best one. Stay tuned for my short that I'll be making ranking all the Scream movies. I'm really excited. Anyways, I'm giving Scream 7 a 5.5 out of 10. So, what do you guys think of Scream 7? Was my rating fair? Comment below your thoughts. Thanks again for watching, guys. Please subscribe and leave a like. Goodbye, y'all.